Right, let me talk to you about what I would regard as one of the most effective ways of catching fish on commercials. The trusty method feeder. And to me, it's my most favourite way of catching fish. I absolutely love using it, simply because it's so effective. Look at that, beautiful F1. Let's just take the hook out. Look at that, lovely fish. Let's slip them in the net, and I'm going to run through the method feeder. Now to me, whether I'm on a canal lake, an open water lake, the method feeder works everywhere. It's such a simple way of catching fish, but very, very effective. So let's talk about the terminal tackle and the business end. Right, let's talk about the business end now, the hook length area. It's very important to me. Generally, all my fishing is based on 4 inches when I'm method feeder fishing. Whether I'm on a commercial or open water lake, stick to 4 inches, you can't go wrong. Today, I'm keeping things very simple. All I've got on my side tray for the hook are maggots. I don't want to complicate things. I don't want to be swapping baits all the time. I want to stick to one bait because I know it works, and that's very important. So I've just got some maggots here in some water. They're dead, but they're very, very soft and durable, and that's very important when you're compressing your maggots or whatever bait you decide to actually fish on the method feeder. When you're actually trying to compress that feeder with the bait on, you want something that's quite durable, and by just putting them in water, they're soft but they're very durable at the same time. To me, maggot is the most consistent way of catching fish on the method, simply because fish love them. Every fish loves maggots. So whatever fish are actually in your swim, you're going to catch them on them. So all I'm going to do, I'm using an 18 hook. I'm putting 2 maggots on, like so, just through the skin, and they sit lovely on the hook, with plenty of hook showing as well, which means when they suck the bait in, they're going to hook themselves a lot quicker. Right, let's load the feeder up now. What I want to do is I want to protect my hook bait. That's very, very important. I'm convinced when the feeder lands on the surface, a percentage of your bait, no matter how well you mix your ground bait up, disintegrates and comes off. So I want my hook bait still to be on top of the method feeder when it goes on the bottom. So by doing that, to prevent that the maggots actually popping out on the surface, I put quite a bit of ground bait or pellets, whatever you're using on the day, in the mould first. Then I place my hook bait over the top, as you can see, like so. And then I fill the rest of the mould up, like so. Really mound it up. I really want to pile it up, like so. And then press down. This is very important now. Press down really hard. That really compacts it. You won't believe the amount of times where you compact it so hard and you think it's going to take a long time to break down. Yet you cast out, you put your rod down, you get a bite straight away. So it shows how that disturbance when your feeder hits the surface breaks up that ground bait very quickly. So by doing that means that it's more intact on the bottom and you're ready actually to catch some fish. Right, let's have a cast, see if we can get one. Right, let me talk to you about mixing the bait. When it comes to the method feeder, I rely upon 2 ground baits. Dynamite green swim stim, marine halibut, both fantastic for the method feeder and for other purposes when it comes to commercial fishing. I'm going to show you quickly how to mix it up. It's very important, this. First of all, I want to measure everything. That gives you something to refer to next time you go out, so you're getting a consistent mix every time you go fishing. First of all, I'm going to get a pint tub. I'm going to fill it half full. No, I'm not going to mix a lot. The beauty about this is you don't have to mix a load of ground bait up. I'm a big believer, I don't want to waste stuff. So it's quite easy just to do on the bank side, and if you need to mix some more, you can quickly do some more during the day. I'm going to fill that pint tub half full of green swim stim. And top it up with marine halibut. So that is bang on 1 pint of ground bait. Put it into a mixing bowl, like so. Give it a really good shake about to get them both mixed together. And then I'm using a small Preston pot. It's a bit like recipe, like a recipe, just making sure I'm using the right amounts. I'm going to fill that half with water. and half again. So really I'm actually using 1 full pot. Mix that up. And that is absolutely perfect now for the method feeder. It's a little bit over wet because we're going to give it 5 or 10 minutes for the actual water to absorb, for the particles to absorb the water. And as you can see now, I can bind that, look how well it binds, but yet at the same time, it breaks straight back down into a fine ground bait, which is really important. That's what you're trying to achieve when your method feeder's on the bottom. All we're going to do now is give it a riddle. Right, let's riddle it. It's very important, this. I want to remove all the lumps, and it adds air to the mix, and it mixes everything up, the whole mix, so it makes it consistently good. So straight onto a maggot riddle, back over the top of the bucket. And there you have it, the finished product. Absolutely perfect for the method feeder. Look at that for a fantastic fish, and more especially to round off a great day's fishing. I hope you've learned lots of advice and tips on how to catch more fish on the method feeder. So go out and give it a go.